Both sides have reaffirmed the so-called special relationship, but the meeting between the British Prime Minister and the US President was overshadowed by America's anger that suggestions BP might have played a part in securing the release of the Lockerbie bomber. David Cameron has rejected US demands for an inquiry, but he has ordered a review of the case. Washington correspondent Craig McMurtry reports.
An Oval Office meeting, lunch with the President and a very personal tour of the White House.
I have to say I was most impressed by how tidy your children's bedrooms were.
In their first talks in Washington, the leaders stressed their shared agenda on the global economy and Afghanistan, expressing support for Hamid Karzai's new plan to take over security operations by 2014.
Today's historic Kabul conference is another major step forward.
But David Cameron's visit to Washington is being dogged by continuing US anger over last year's release of Lockerbie bomber Abdelbaset al-Megrahi and new questions about whether BP lobbied behind the scenes to win an oil deal with Libya.
I think all of us here in the United States were surprised, disappointed and angry about the release.
The bomber, a cancer patient, was released on compassionate grounds. BP denies any involvement, and the new British Prime Minister told reporters the company isn't to blame.
And I haven't seen anything to suggest that the Scottish Government were in any way swayed by BP.
After initially refusing to meet 4 US senators who are demanding an investigation into BP's role, the British Prime Minister changed his mind, though Mr Cameron is rejecting calls for a new inquiry.
We had what we called a violent agreement, which is that releasing the Lockerbie bomber was completely wrong.
And in the wake of the Gulf oil spill, David Cameron's warning Americans against vilifying the oil company.
Thousands of jobs on both sides of the Atlantic depend on it. Thank you very much.
While ruling out a new inquiry, the British Prime Minister has ordered a review of all documents relating to the controversial case and is promising British cooperation in any congressional investigation. Craig McMurtry, ABC News, Washington.